Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to catch you up on how I've been concealing my dark circles. You guys know that I like to change up my routines every once in a while. I definitely do a different routine for the under eye area at least once a year, if not twice a year, and this is the way that I've been doing it lately. I really like the way that it looks, and I like the way that it conceals. I just like everything about it. So we are going to sit down and I'm going to show you exactly how I achieve it. So the first thing that I've been doing that I wasn't necessarily doing before is applying a primer underneath the eyes. This is my current favorite for the under eye area, the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's been around for a really long time, so it's not new by any means. And as you can see, I clearly love it. I just apply a tiny little dot in between my ring fingers primarily, and this is what I will use to prep the under eyes. And of course I bring it over to the nose, the sides of the nose, my smile lines, just anywhere that I want to prime, smooth, and blur. Now you guys know that I cannot live without a good color corrector. I still really like the Smashbox and Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. That is definitely still one of my favorites. However, I only use that with liquid concealer, which I am not going to be using today. So I also really like the Huda Beauty Faux Filter color corrector. That one is also one of my favorites. However, with that, you are just canceling out the darkness, but it's not really doing much to help to brighten or even conceal. To help conceal, you're just neutralizing darkness with that particular corrector. However, this has turned into my new favorite. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Color Corrector. I use the shade C3. I like this because it's almost like a color corrector and a concealer in one. It's a little bit on the peachy side, but it's not too peach or too orange. It's not too yellow or too neutral where it's not really going to color correct anything. And of course, I just apply it to the areas that I feel need attention the most. And the way that I blend it out really doesn't matter. I love blending it out with my brushes, but sometimes I'll just blend it out using my finger or, a dry, not a damp, but a dry beauty blender, or even a little powder puff, just whatever I have near me. Because it blends out without an issue, regardless of how or what you choose to blend it out with. Today I'm just using my dry beauty blender because all of my brushes are dirty. Of course, you always want to bring it up to the inner corner, all the way to the inner corner. And you see that I'm not only concealing, but I'm also brightening the under eye area. And there we go. We are now pretty concealed, color corrected, definitely. I'm going to jump off camera really quickly just to apply foundation onto my entire face, and also to apply my cream products like my bronzer, my blush, all that good stuff before I come back and we continue with the under eye area. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let us continue. Now, I do set very lightly though with a setting powder underneath the eyes. I've been doing so with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This is in the shade Peach Pie. I love it. So you can't really see it on camera, but it does have the smallest bit of a peachy pigment in it. It's definitely more so for setting and for brightening the under eye area. So I'm going to set very lightly with a triangular little powder puff. These are my favorite just because I can really get into the inner corner. So I'm just dipping it into the powder and then pressing it on the lid. And then I'm just going to shake off all of the excess powder that the powder puff picked up. And this is what I'm going to use to just lightly set the under eye area. This also has a really nice blurring effect. And of course we're doing the other side. So just blending and setting. Now on most days, this is how I'll wear it and it'll be totally fine. It looks nice. It's concealing well, not 100% because you can still see a little bit of darkness peeking through here and here, but for a regular day, this will be fine. Let me bring you guys up close so that you can see what it looks like right now. So this is the under eye area with just a little bit of powder and the color corrector. Now, like I said, on most days, I'll be good to go. This is good enough and I can just go about my day. But on days where I want extra coverage, or on days where I really want to like highlight the under eye area, because I know it's 2025, but I still like a little bit of highlighting underneath the eyes, just a little bit. Now on days where I want extra coverage, that is when I will turn to any of my powder foundations, okay? That's when I'll turn to any of my powder foundations. This is typically what I've been using in order to stay really nice and light and so that the under eye area doesn't feel heavy. When it comes to like powders versus liquids, if you use a liquid foundation, it's going to feel a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit heavier than using a powder foundation. And one day I was sitting down doing my makeup and I thought to myself, well, the same will apply for the under eye area. So instead of using a liquid concealer, lately I've been using a powder foundation for the under eye area. Now, there are so many, so I can't really recommend the one. It just depends on your preference. It depends on the shades that are available, of course. These are just some of my personal go-tos. Bare Mineral Bare Pro Press Powder Foundation. Love this. Really, really like it. Also, the Makeup Forever, the Skin Matte Velvet Powder Foundation. Really nice. The One Size. Really nice. This one I really like as well. Anyway, pick your favorite, and that's the one that you're going to use underneath the eyes for extra coverage. Now for today, I'm going with the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation. And this I apply with my little powder puff. So just grabbing a little bit of that foundation, looking down, and then just patting the foundation onto the area that I feel needs a little bit more coverage. And for me, that was right there. And the great thing about using a powder foundation underneath the eyes is that you can reapply throughout the day. So even if you lose a little bit of coverage, you can reapply throughout the day. And the trick with the powder foundation is just don't overdo it. Don't do too much, and you'll be fine. It's gonna look great. It's not gonna look too heavy or like too much underneath the eyes, and it's also not gonna look excessively dry like some of my liquid concealers can look. Now let me zoom you guys in one more time so that you can see what this looks like up close. Now remember, I am a 40-year-old woman and I have not had anything done to my under eye area. So with that in mind, this is what it looks like up close and personal. And I had to show you what it looks like under natural lighting. So this is the under eye area under natural lighting. And that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's little how-to video and that you found it helpful. Hopefully you found it helpful. That's why I do these videos, is just to give you guys more ideas on what to do underneath the eye area in case you're a little frustrated with concealing, because I know I can get very frustrated with my under eye area. So in case you are looking for new ideas or new ways of doing things, hopefully I was able to provide some of that today. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on a future video, and also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and on LTK. LTK is kind of becoming like more Instagram-ish, so follow me on both platforms. I am going to be doing my absolute best, okay? I am trying to post more, but having like a full-time job and then coming home and posting is exhausting. It can be very mentally draining. So I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you guys, I am truly trying to commit to a better schedule, but you guys know, if you have a full-time job, you know what I'm talking about. When you come home, it's like that's the last thing you want to do is anything else. So anyway, I am trying to get better at it. I'm filming over the weekend. So hopefully that works, We're trying to film once during the weekend, at least, so that I have one video for you guys a week. So anyway, love you, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.